Hello, world. It's been a while. Too long. How long would you say it's been?
Hey, wait a minute. You're not me.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm
You're
an
not-
imposter. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Well, guys, after many years,
After, it has it been many?
it has been years, yes.
I don't
Yes.
even want to look at my last uploaded video and look at the time frame that it's been. So I'll just take your word for it and assume that it's been a while. Hi, everyone.
We have the lovely Ben Jess. You all call him Ben.
Yeah, you can call me by my government name because people looking for me, so I gotta keep it quiet. But it's not just me this time, you goofy people out there. I have my beautiful girlfriend with me, my producer, the one that signs the checks. I have my beautiful girlfriend Jess here with me now. Gracing us with her presence. I know some of you who were actually lucky enough to see when I live streamed with her. That was the first time we were together on camera. But now we're together. We're filming. We're recording. We're doing all this fun stuff. We're trying something, and hopefully you guys will like it.
Yes. We're slowly coming back to
Yeah.
life.
And emphasizing on the slow, and that's mostly on my part, among anything else. But yeah, so what this is going to be is just I want to call it a podcast, but it's not structured like a podcast.
I guess it's like just a tryout.
Yeah.
Just to bring something to you guys.
Yeah. I think that's the best way to look at it. It's like you can call it a podcast if you want to, but this is more or less just me and her talking about just really whatever we want. I know most people have it's like, we're going to talk about this subject or that subject. And we're like, you know what? Normal people don't talk like that.
Yes.
So really, we're just going to talk about whatever.
Whatever's on our mind.
Yeah, exactly. So, what's been going on in the world since we've been away? I think the elephant in the room is the big one that everybody already knows. The big change in the world, the big scary change that I don't think that really anybody was predicting and ready for. But
basically the thing that almost killed the world but didn't.
Yeah. And that was 3D Doritos came back.
They did.
No, but again, we don't need to go into full discussion about it.
I mean, if we're bringing something coming back, something that saved the world, because I guess that downed the world, something that saved the world, Dunkaroos came back.
That's true. And we got some in the fridge right now.
Yes,
see, this is the kind of stuff you're going to get from us. Instead of talking about politics or whatever, we're talking about like foods and snacks and maybe some other stuff.
We love food. We love food.
We figured we'd go on a subject that we know a lot of people like. So, yeah, big fan of that. But we're going to go ahead and just start going and see how this goes and see how you guys like it. So, we're going to do some questions. We're going to ask each other questions and a bunch of other fun shenanigans. So
we hope you like it.
We do. We hope you like it. And if you don't like it, go screw yourself.
And before we go into the questions, I know this is coming from the bottom of our hearts, both of us. We do want to say sorry that we've been gone for too long. But we are slowly trying to come back. A lot of things has kept us away. But we are going to hear our voices.
A lot of things have kept us away.
Too many. If you guys want to ever know exactly what happened, go ahead and just feel free to comment, let us know. We probably won't go into full detail because there's some personal things, but we are more than free to talk a little bit about it to let you guys know why we've been gone. Just know.
Yeah, it's easy. It's like I've told people before, easy way to just like, honestly, and I'm pretty sure this goes for anybody. If you want to know what's going on with anybody in their life, just ask them. Approach them. If you know a way to get in contact with them, just talk to them and just say like, hey, how are things? Is everything cool? Did you lose a foot? Whatever.
Did you lose your fingernail? But I do want to make it clear, don't expect them to tell you every detail because sometimes they don't really want to.
Yeah, you gotta keep some stuff private.
At least we'll be more than welcome to open up about what's happened. I do want to let you guys know it's neither one of our faults. It's not a pinpoint on either one of us.
Mm-hmm.
So neither one of us are going to take the fault for him being gone. We generally, what we wanted to do is when we moved into our own place, we were going to start streaming and stuff together. Like, I know Ben here. And stuff too. Yes, I know Ben here does his own thing. But when we streamed that one time, if you lovely people got to see it, he actually really loved it and wanted to bring me on more videos. We were going to do vlogs. We were going to do it all to let you guys know about everything. Mm-hmm. But just a bombshell dropped. We'll go more into that. Just let us know if you want to know about it, and we'll let you know.
I guess the short answer is life happened, and sometimes life ain't fair, as most of you can probably tell, especially with how the world is right now. Just sometimes things happen, and you know, the best thing to look at it is like, hey, we didn't completely abandon this.
Yes.
Because I'll tell you guys this right now. From the day that I essentially stopped doing this up until this point, there's been nothing on my mind more aside from, you know, my relationship. But mostly I just wanted to get back to doing this. And honestly, if it wasn't for Jess here, I honestly probably wouldn't have. It's just it's a big mental block. It's a big stress thing. It's a thing that where you want to entertain, make people happy, but you're not happy with yourself and everything else that's going on in the world, and just stress on top of stress, mental issues and everything like that. It takes a toll, and it really pulls that drive away from you. Yes. And trust me, if I can thank anybody who's continuously told me, hey, get back into this, keep doing it, go back, you know this is something that you love to do, this is something that makes you happy, then you need to do it. And she's been the one that's been doing that. I'm not saying that I haven't had any like helpful input from others, but she has definitely been one of the big driving forces into doing this, and that's kind of why we're doing what we're doing right now. I'm not gonna lie, if she wasn't here, this would be a lot harder for me, because I won't lie to you guys. It's kind of scary doing this again. I miss it, but I'm terrified at the same time. So now you say stuff.
Then you know what you should do if you're terrified?
Hide under the bed.
Bake some cookies. Because who doesn't love baking cookies?
Yeah. This podcast is gonna make you feel things, and it's just gonna make you hungry.
It's gonna make you hungry.
Yeah.
I know, like, you were touching up about mental issues. I know myself personally, I have moments of where I want to escape reality because I'm in the same boat. Mm-hmm. But I do know that, you know, there's a lot of you out there that have been putting input on him to come back, have been telling him that you miss him, and, you know, he's missed everyone too. But it's been a real struggle, like, mainly for him, and it's been a struggle for me seeing how he was, and that's why I kept doing the driving for him to get back into it. I didn't really try to push him too much because, you know, sometimes if you push a person too hard, kind of gets difficult and sticky.
Yeah.
But I did want to push him some because I know he loves doing this. That's why I was like, hey, if it makes you feel more comfortable, I'll be there as much as I can, and here we are. Mm-hmm. So, with all that a little out of the base, let's go ahead and start the questions if you like.
Okay. All right. We'll talk some questions now. We don't want to get all like heavy into feels right out the jump. You know, we want you guys to be like, oh, okay, they're normal people. They don't just talk about their feelings all the time.
Yes, definitely.
But yeah, we'll talk questions now. So, I have a list here. I'm holding up a fictional piece of paper. I wish I had a piece of paper so I could actually make that little paper sound.
Oh, please don't tell me you have a list in your mind, because you said you have a goldfish mind.
So it's very lengthy, but it's also very short.
You said you have a goldfish mindset. Oh boy, this is going to be fun.
Now we need to get goldfish. I just hearing goldfish is like, back to the food again.
Back to the food. Oh God.
Okay, so, alright.
Let's talk about balloons. All right.
I could go on for hours about balloons. Okay, so questions. All right, we're going to ask each other questions now. And perhaps you guys can relate to some of the answers or questions that we're going to give each other.
And
See what you think about it. So, all right, my first question for you.
Yes.
And for the people listening, you can answer whatever you want. I probably won't read it, but if I do, consider yourself lucky.
Make you read it. If he doesn't read it, I'll read it because I like reading.
She's better at that than I am. Okay, so your first question is, what, out of the time we've been away, what's one thing new that came into your life that you're absolutely like, man, I'm so glad that I know about this now?
That's easy. Animal Crossing. Because, truth be told, 150%, I've never played Animal Crossing, not a single day in my life.
Never.
When it was introduced and announced that it was coming out, I looked at Ben, I'm like, what is that? And he explained it, and, you know, I still got confused some.
Yeah, it took me a slight bit of convincing because, again, she hasn't played anything like that. You were more of like Bioshock, Resident Evil. Yeah, so
specifically Resident Evil 4.
Yeah. So as soon as she told me Sims, I'm like, oh, I got you. I got you. It's like I'm like, yo, how about The Sims? But instead of annoying people that speak a weird language, how about cute animals who speak a weird language? And she's like, I heard animals. And then I just showed her to her, and then again this was pre-pandemic, so
well,
this was like, because we knew about Animal Crossing coming out and everything like that.
Showing me the trailer was pre-pandemic.
Yeah, that was when she saw the trailer was pre-pandemic, and then I told her, I was like we're gonna get it, and I just want you to try it. Just try it.
Truth be told, when I first saw the trailer, I was like, "Ooh, this looks interesting." And when you told me to try it, I picked it up, I tried it, and I instantly fell in love. Specifically, the one character that I absolutely adore the most.
I know who this is.
I literally will buy anything with his face plastered on it. Is Blathers. Because, come on, who doesn't love an owl with a bow tie?
Yeah. It's like, I thought she was going to be on Team Timmy and Tommy right from the jump, because I remember, because when you start up New Horizons, they show up and everything, and she's just like, I like these guys. And then we remember, because we went to like this mom and pop game store, and you saw Timmy and Tommy plushies, just like, I gotta have those. And then you started playing the game more, and then you showed me when the museum was going to get built, and then you saw Blathers, and you're like, oh, it's like, yeah, like heart melting, like affection for this character, and I'm just like, yep. and now Blathers is pretty much plastered on. If there's something that, with his face on it, I'm pretty sure that she'll go out of her way to like get it. So
if anyone wants to get, well. I mean, I did love Timmy and Tommy at first, because you remember, like, I was in love with them. But the thing about it is I have a history of loving owls. Like, owls are one of my favorite, like, animals. There's obviously dogs as well and other things, but it's just something about owls I always loved.
Yeah.
It could be because I'm a night owl.
Yeah, maybe.
Even though now, you know, it's kind of not like that anymore, but...
Yeah.
I mean...
And they can also eat their food and crap their bones.
I love Animal Crossing now. I never knew about it. Now I do. New Horizons was my first game. Yeah. I'm actually jumping on the bandwagon of playing New Leaf. I want to try each one of them out and see what I like.
I'm having her go back after playing New Horizons for, like, how many hours did you put into New Horizons? It was like...
I don't want to talk about that. Probably over 500.
Yeah, it's like about over 500 plus hours, and it's like, this is the one with all the features and stuff like that. And it's like, let's go, I'm going to take you back, and you're going to see some of the ways the game was before, like, some of the new fancy doodads and stuff they added into it. But it's just, I feel like now that you played New Horizons and you've just invested so much time into the series, it's like, oh, I'm a fan for life now.
I mean, I am. I love Animal Crossing, and I am a fan for life. I love it so much.
So, yeah, it was the perfect game to come out, much like a lot of people.
It got you through the pandemic.
It's still getting some people through it, thankfully.
Yes,
so
thankfully, yes.
Yeah. I feel bad because I haven't checked in my town in like a couple months. Since I think the last time I checked on my town was like during Christmas, and then they're adding the Mario stuff soon. So I'm actually looking pretty forward to that. I won't lie.
Well, I think they already added it.
I think it was like I don't know. We didn't do research when we started recording this. So
no, I mean, I did.
At the time of this recording, if the Mario items are in Animal Crossing, they're probably really cool. I'm actually more excited. I'm more excited because they showed a warp pipe, so I can actually instead of having to terraform like like an area so I can get to Red, I can just put a warp pipe there and just warp to Red when he's there on the island.
Or like walking all around the island.
Yeah. So. Yeah, so Animal Crossing was a big win for us, yes. For her specifically, because she just she went nuts for it. So
just a little.
Yeah.
Now I have a question.
All right.
For you.
I'm in the hot seat.
So, out of all the games you have played in your past up till now, what is one game you recently went back to from your childhood that gave you that nostalgia?
Ooh, what game did I go back and play? What game did I go back and play recently that hit my nostalgia bone hard? Yes. Well, truth be told, I think it was back in 2019, because as most people don't know, I had a Switch at launch, and due to certain circumstances, I lost my Switch. I no longer had it. So I was away from having a Switch for like a year. So I didn't get a chance to really experience all the fun stuff that everybody was playing until like a little bit later, where she had surprised me with a brand new Switch and everything like that. And it was the one that I wanted. It was the one with the red and blue Joy-Cons and everything like that. It was super stoked and everything. It just made me really happy. And now, ever since that, I've just been her and I. That's not even a word. Like, I
get tongue tied too.
I keep trying to say her and I. That's so stupid of me. Her and I sounds ridiculous. Anyway, we decided to go and I said to myself, like, if there is a physical copy of a game and it's on the Switch and I really want it, I want to get it. Like, it's become the system that I love collecting games for the most. Well, let me rephrase that. It's become the system that I love collecting the most for that's new right now. Like, because like the Xbox, the PS4, and everything like that, and there's the Switch. I have more fun looking, cause I feel like there's just more different experiences on the Switch. That's why I enjoy it so much. And I guess, like, to go with the question that you said, like, what was my most nostalgic feeling? I think honestly it was that when you got the Switch for me, because obviously again it's not a super nostalgic thing. It just turned like 4 years old recently, and I think it was just because it was a system that I was really excited for. I had it, I lost it, and then not only did I get it, I I can't talk. Why am I? Anyway, I lost one, and then one came back into my life, and
it's even better.
It's even better now because it's the one that I originally wanted. I get to go looking for fun games and stuff like that with the person that I care about, and it's super fun now. It's like, because when you go out and you buy games and stuff like that, it's like, cool, I got a game, I'm gonna play it for a few hours, then probably never touch it again. It's gotten me to the point now where I'm just like, I get to go look for a fun new experience with my special lady, and it's super fun now. It's like, I love collecting games for the Switch. And so I'll be honest, there are games that I have on the Switch right now that I haven't even popped into this freaking thing. I haven't even touched. But it's the fact that we have like a drawer.
I'm a witness on that one.
Yeah. we have a drawer in our little entertainment setup, and it's just like you open it up and all that's in there are Switch games. That's it. And it's just like it gives me that sense of like, it gives me that sense of feeling like how I did when I was a kid, that I would look at all like my NES games or my Super Nintendo games that I would have like on my shelf, And it's like, and they were specifically the ones that I bought as a kid. And I would look at them, and it's like, I looked at that collection as a kid. Even though it wasn't really big, I looked at it, and I was proud of it. And it made me feel good. And I feel like that's what this is now. And since it has that emotional meaning to it, that's why I appreciate it more. So, a very long answer to the question that you just asked me. But, yeah, that's I instead of really a game, it's like more... instead of a game that's given me that nostalgic feeling, it's more or less been that experience, which was getting the Switch with her, that really put me back into that big nostalgic feeling that I really love. So, all right, question time for you. You're in the hot seat.
Oh no, give me a hot potato.
Okay. You know, this is something that I know a lot of people have been using since a lot of people have been home now. There are a lot of streaming services now. You got your Netflix, you got your Hulu, you got your
Disney Plus.
Yeah, you got your Disney Plus. I don't know them all. I'm just gonna go by the ones that are.
Max.
I'm just gonna go by the ones that are on our television at the moment. Yeah, you got all these streaming services and everything like that. Truthfully, right now, if you had to say, which one would you say that you enjoy the most? Like, which one's the one that's like, if I'm getting up today and I have some free time to watch some television, like, which one am I firing up? What's your go-to streaming app right now?
That one's actually easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
HBO Max for the win,
yeah,
all the way.
Suck it, Mickey Mouse.
Because
your app stinks.
The simple fact being, they brought my shows there, my Cartoon Network shows. You know, growing up.
True that, by the way.
Yes, growing up, you know, going from, you know, little teeny weeny little weenie head to a teenager, you know, roughly around, I can't give you a time estimate of when they came out because I can't think that far back. I know it was roughly around the time I was growing up. I grew up, you know, watching Courage the Cowardly Dog. I grew up watching Ed, Edd and Eddy. I really love The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. There's too much to name. And, you know, specifically, I know we own Courage the Cowardly Dog. We own all the seasons. But specifically, Billy and Mandy, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, that is so hard for some reason to find anywhere. And, you know, I've been craving wanting to watch it, you know, to get that nostalgia feeling. I've been wanting to so bad. And I'm not going to lie, I got really, really super bummed out when I would go on Google or try to find a way to watch it or try to find a way to buy the seasons to end up in a no-end, in a dead end. I couldn't find it.
It sucks knowing that you wanted to watch it like on your computer and everything. And you finally find a site that's going to give it to you, and then you get nothing but malware on your computer.
Yeah. Or for some reason, hey, your car's extended warranty is out. You want to...
Yeah, instead of the ads, you get the extended warranty call instead.
But regardless, it's just when they announced that they were bringing the Cartoon Network shows onto HBO Max, I looked at Ben and was like, we're getting it. I don't care. We're getting it.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, like, to write off what you're saying there, because I remember when we got Disney Plus, I was just like, yo, they have like the Disney afternoon shows on here. Like, you know, like for me, because I'm like a little bit older than her. Shut up, everybody. I'm not gonna say how old I am. But for me, I grew up with, I grew up with like your Darkwing Ducks, your Goof Troops, Chippendale, and everything like that. And when I found out those were going to be on Disney Plus, I was like, yo, this is sweet. I can't wait to watch these. And truth be told, it's like, I don't watch them as much. And it's like, and then we started watching the Cartoon Network shows on HBO Max and everything. I'm like, and it's like, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm older now. My like tastes have changed. I prefer fart jokes over like adventure jokes and stuff like that, like those. But whatever the case may be, I enjoy watching that stuff more now than I do like the Disney afternoon stuff. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying I prefer, like, if you gave me a choice of watching like an old episode of Goof Troop, or like fire up an episode of like Billy and Mandy, or like Ed, Edd and Eddy, or something like that, I'm probably gonna go with those.
He's gonna be more cracking up with those.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, now that you brought up Disney Plus, I do want to give a shout out to one specific person on why we have it. I don't know if she'll ever end up watching this podcast, but if she does, I do want to give a big shout out.
We're calling her out now, so she better watch this.
For real. But I want to give a big shout out to my best friend, Rin. She is the main reason why we're able to watch Disney Plus. If it wasn't for her, you wouldn't get your, duck.
My DuckTales and my Mighty Ducks and everything.
Mighty Ducks, yes.
Yo, shout out to that new Mighty Ducks show, by the way, coming out. Yo, that looks fire. I can't wait to. I want to watch that. It's gonna look fun.
Does it look lit?
It looks cool. It's like I'm excited, yet I'm a little nervous about it. But yo, big shout outs to Ren though. Like, she helps out. She helps out us more than you know. But
definitely a lot.
But mad respect, mad love to her though.
Very. I love her so much.
Yeah.
So you better watch this, friend.
Or at least listen to it while you're doing something else. Yeah. This isn't something you have to sit down and watch. You can just listen to it.
And you better not be doing anything nasty when you watch it.
I know I won't.
I know I won't either. So now my question for you.
Question time. Hit me with it.
Question time.
Let's do it. I want to know. What you got?
Want to know? What is... Now that we were bringing up the shows and stuff, what is one show or movie that you watched as a child or in your teen years that we recently rewatched that gave you that nostalgia feeling?
Ooh. Okay. Something that I watched as a kid that I watch now.
Or it could even be as a teenager.
Okay. I recently watched, God, I just remembered it and then I just forgot it.
Oh no, the goldfish brain is coming out.
My goldfish brain. My goldfish brain. Glub glub.
This is where we insert our stew in a goldfish face. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it. See?
Oh yeah, okay.
Me.
Oh, I remember. Okay.
Yes.
This is gonna be an answer that's completely not to the question that you have, but I'm gonna try to turn it into the answer to the question that you have. So, something that we recently watched, straight up, and again, this was just me, but we recently it was last year during October. It was Halloween season, and everything, and we watched two things. One thing that we watched was. This is the nostalgic thing, but then there's something else after this. The nostalgic thing that we watched that I remember watching as a kid was Under Wraps. And dude, that again, I'll be the first to tell you that Disney Channel movies are pretty much all trash. I'm sorry for people who like Halloween Town 9 or whatever the crap number they're on with those freaking Disney Channel movies, but to me, out of all the ones that I've... How dare you? I know, I'm probably going to get this one random person that's like, podcast. They hate Halloween Town.
I don't want to watch this anymore.
I'm going to get hate tweets from that one person. It's like, dear buttface, I liked Halloween Town. You're a jerk.
What if they what if they messaged you from one account, made another account, and just kept doing that? And kept making accounts. Like, you kept having to...
I think
just to see that they have friends, they're friends.
It's like they wanted to tell me how mad they are because I didn't like Halloween Town. Anyway.
So they made their own different
because I'm pretty sure, like I said, like some people hated Under Wraps, but I don't care. This is me answering it, not you. Anyway. But yeah, I just remembered just watching it and we watched it together, and the one thing that I remember is just like before we watched it, I was worried because I remember when I watched it when I was younger, I loved it because it was like kooky, it was funny and everything like that. And then I remembered, it's like, what if the jokes in this movie don't land the same way they did when I was a kid? And what if some of like the dialogue and everything like that don't hit like they did when I was a kid? And this is like, that's the whole thing that was going through my mind when we were watching it. And I remember just like, as we were watching it and everything like that, there were specific jokes that I remembered that as a kid, I remember when that happened, I was just like, I lost it. I was just like, oh, it was them from the gut laughs type of deal. And then we watched it again, and I just like all those same jokes, just like boom, 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 at the exact time when they happened. It was like I knew when they would make me laugh, and they did the exact same thing. And I was just like, man, this movie is so corny, but God, I love it. And there was so much in that I remember pointing out. There's a scene in that movie, and I was like, I don't spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched Under Wraps on Disney Channel, but there was a scene in that movie where I guess they're in this like art gallery or whatever, or like the warehouse where they're stealing like the art in the movie, and I guess like the main bad guy grabs one of the kids and puts a gun to him. And I remember looking over at her and I'm like, what the fuck? They pulled a gun out in a freaking Disney Channel movie. And it's like, because I guess I completely like grazed over that when I was a kid, because I guess I didn't pay attention to it. But it was like, I sat there like with my mouth agape. I was like stunned.
It's like seeing a big cake. Going back to food, a big, huge.
And she was looking over at me. She's like, "Are you all right? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "They pulled a gun out in a Disney Channel movie." I'm like, "What is this? I don't remember this." And then it's just like, yeah. And I'll be honest, it's like love it or hate it, but for real, Under Wraps,
appreciate it.
It's like it still holds up. It's in my opinion. Let me say that. In my opinion. It's still funny. It's probably one of my favorite Disney Channel original movies, and I think it's honestly my only favorite Disney Channel original movie, because that's the one that I remember. That's the one I had the most fun with, and it was the most interesting. But I will say this, because I remember I said I was going to say something about another movie. We also watched Hocus Pocus. All right. And I have not, again, she says here we go, because I have not dropped this since we rewatched it back in Halloween of last year.
Every other day I hear it. Every other day I hear it, guys.
Because it bothers me that much. Okay, you guys remember the movie, 3 witches, teenage dude, his little sister, and the real slutty chick that like sleeps with him like the first night out that they have. And don't act like you people don't think that she slept with it, because they really like hint at it.
Oh, trust me,
They hint at
you
it.
just know.
It's like this chick was hurting for a squirting. Let's be real. But that's not.
I know what you're getting to.
That's not the part that I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is, you guys remember the cat, the talking cat in the movie, the black cat, okay? Do you remember his name? Do you remember his name? I'm asking you directly. I'm looking over at you. Do you remember the cat's name?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
We always thought it was Zachary.
Exact. Okay.
But
again, and this is a huge but. I'm holding fictional butt in my hand.
Because I ain't letting you.
But yeah, so for the longest time since I watched that movie as a kid up until now, I thought that cat's name was Zachary. With a Z. And for some reason, I don't know, like my ears were working differently that night when we were watching the movie, but I don't know. It was just like, I don't know, maybe it was just whatever. But I remember hearing them say his name, and it sounded weird when they said it. It sounded like, is there something wrong with the TV? Because it sounds like they're saying his name wrong.
Like, you even looked at me with this, like,
I was looking over at you thinking, it's like, oh my god, why are you messing with the TV? Oh no.
Or you looked at me like I had an answer for you, like the TV was messed up and I had a solution to fix the TV.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like, hold up, let me pause. Let me, put my thinking cap on and go fix the TV for you.
But straight up, for the life of me, I thought they said his name wrong, and I thought they were saying Thackeray with the TH. With the TH. I thought they said Thackeray.
That's what we both thought.
Yeah, and I'm just like, Thackeray, that's so stupid. It's like,
that's not it.
I thought my head was messing with me and everything like that. And then just as soon as I heard it that way, that's all I heard throughout the rest of the movie. And again, going on, this is me coming from watching this movie as a kid up to an adult. And I know, like, since a kid to now, I always heard Zachary with a Z. And then come to the end of the movie, spoilers if you haven't seen frickin' Hocus Pocus, but, like, at the end of the movie, when they sign off to him, and he goes to see his sister, and she says, I've waited for a virgin to light the black flame candle, blah, 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 blah. And they're walking off. They show his gravestone.
Yeah, the gravestone.
They show his gravestone, and it straight up says Thackeray. With a TH. And I'm like, you're screwing with me. You're screwing with me right now. That is not his name.
Let me explain this, guys. Apparently, I went in to the TV. I went through the TV, and I switched the tombstone to say TH instead of Z. That's what he thought. That is what he thought.
I looked over at you. You're messing with my childhood, and I'm like,
because I went through the TV.
And I swear, like I thought my head was messing with me. I thought it's just like something screwing with me. And then I was like, you know what? I want to be 100% sure. I watched the credits of the movie, and straight up right there it said Thackeray Binks, and it says with a TH, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
And once again, I crawled through the TV again to switch that. Because I have magical powers, apparently.
And it's just like, and I guess I guess a real way to look at it, it was like that Mandela effect thing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the whole thing with like the Bernstein or the Bernstein bear thing or whatever. For again, maybe this is just a Mandela effect on me, because I swear that I thought that cat's name was Zachary. Well, even when I saw it as a kid, I remember it said Zachary with a Z, and
I thought that as a kid too.
Come to find out, I was wrong. Apparently, she was wrong too. And it still messes with me to this day.
I know.
It still messes with me. Who names their kid Thackeray?
Exactly.
That's such a stupid name.
I know. On our car ride home, the last time we were out, the last time he brought this up.
Like 4 days ago.
Nah, it was more like 2 days ago. But anyways, like we both straight up, I don't know how this happened, but we were on the subject, he brought it up or whatever, and we both said at the same time, who the hell names their kid Thackeray?
Mm-hmm. And it's just, it will forever to this day bother me now because of that.
But then again, we do have people out there naming their kid North,
South, East, West.
Like numbers.
Mayor McCheese.
Maybe the next person's gonna name their kid Sand.
Sand sounds like a pretty cool name, actually.
I mean, okay, how about light bulb?
Hey, that means.
Oh.
I'm just trying to look at it both. Okay, moving on. Question time. All right, I think we'll do one more question each, and then we'll move on to another topic.
Alrighty, well, let's see.
So my turn to ask you a question.
I have the hot potato.
Hot potato. Okay.
Hot potato.
Question for you. Mm-hmm. What has been something that you have been very into collecting that you haven't collected previous? Like, what's something new that you've enjoyed collecting?
I mean, that's another easy one for me, because I can't say Funko Pops because we haven't really collected those lately. That's something I've collected before. We also just recently got into collecting Pokemon cards, but once again, I can't say that either because I've collected that before as a kid. The one thing that we just recently started recollecting that I've never collected is Amiibos.
I got her. Correct.
No.
I'm trying to cover it up, but no. Okay.
Correction.
She got me back into it because for those who actually remember, I was an avid Amiibo collector. I was very, very much into collecting them. I did videos on them.
You should check them out.
I hunted them and
if you
everything.
haven't seen them.
And I said to myself after the Smash Brothers line was done, I was done with Amiibo. I didn't need to collect anymore. I had all the ones that I wanted. And much like the Switch situation, the same thing happened with my Amiibo. So due to specific circumstances, I couldn't. Due
to undoubtful circumstances.
That a huge chunk of my Amiibo collection is no longer with me. And after that, I just got to the point where it's just like, I just don't want to collect them anymore.
Yeah, you gave up the motivation. You're just like, what's the point? I don't want to do it anymore. Yeah. I really don't.
And then Smash Ultimate came out, and then they released more Amiibo for them, and I'm just like, I saw them on shelves, and I just didn't want to. I just didn't have the drive for them. And it wasn't until, I think I want to say maybe a year and a half or so back, she randomly saw it in a store, and then she's just like, I start one of blah, blah, blah. I'm answering for you. You finish the rest of the story with my tongue-tied freaking self.
since he's getting all tongue-tied and can barely speak, so we have a lot of amiibos now. The one I saw specifically in the store was the Gold Hollow Knight. Mm-hmm. That's the one.
Shovel Knight.
Or Shovel Knight, sorry.
I wish there was a Gold Hollow Knight amiibo. That'd be sick.
I got my... See, I can't talk either, but regardless, I told him, I looked at him, I was like, you know, I'm going to be upfront and straight with you. I was like, this might be sold out. Mm-hmm. I want to get this so it's not sold out because, contrary to popular belief, a lot of the ones we saw in the store that I was like, hey, we should pick this up, otherwise it's going to get sold out. He's like, no, it's okay. And guess what happened? They got sold out.
I thought the craze was over.
They got sold out.
I thought the craze was over because before we started buying them again, all I saw them, they were always in the stock shelves. They were in the stores. Yes. They were always there. But the freaking second, we decided is like, you know what? Let's start collecting amiibo again. Everybody's like, nope, sorry, they're mine.
Too bad. But yeah,
go collect Skylanders, you freaking loser. That's what it turned into. And it's just So now we have recaptured the bug of amiibo collecting, which we are doing now. Which is going awesome. It's been going pretty well.
Talk about Skylanders. I used to be a fan, but I hate them now.
They're so ugly.
Exactly.
They're so ugly. Why did people like them?
I don't know. I mean...
Did you see what the original Spyro one looks like?
It looked like a butthead.
It looked disgusting. It's like, this isn't Spyro.
And when I say a butthead, I don't mean a person who's being a butthead. I literally mean a person with a butt as a face. That's what he looked like.
Horrible looking.
But back to the whole collection. Like, we started out with the gold Shovel Knight, and then I found the Toon Link that I fell in love with.
Oh yeah, you mean the Link's Awakening one,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
Like, because we didn't even really want any to really start full blown collecting, but then we just saw the way some of them that were coming out looked and everything, and you saw the Link's Awakening one, and just like he looks like that plastic. It's so like 1-to-1 how he looks in the Link's Awakening remake. That's so cool looking, and she's just like, we have to get this one. I'm like, yeah, we do.
I guess the reason I said Toon Link is because he kind of like looks like Toon, like a Toon character, like a cartoon character. That's why I call him Toon Link.
I know the Zelda tryhards out there. It's like, it's not Toon Link. It's just Link.
It is just Link. I'm sorry for all you guys, I'm sorry for wording it wrong, but he looks like a cartoon to me. That's why I say Toon Link. But I love Link. I think the main thing that drove us full force into amiibo collecting again is one, like I said, seeing those. Two, obviously, we have the Animal Crossing amiibos. We're missing like 3, but we have pretty much all of them. I think that's what full force dragged us back into it, because I looked at him.
Yeah, and I was like, that's what ended up happening, I think, because it's like we got the Shovel Knight one, and then we got the Link one, and then like you were getting really into Animal Crossing, and then I'm like, oh, if you get certain amiibo, you can like have those people come visit your town, or you can get certain things like that and everything. And then was like, yeah, we should start getting the Animal Crossing amiibo, because like at the time, again, this was like pre everybody realizing that Animal Crossing was like the hottest thing on the planet at the time, and we found like Animal Crossing amiibos for dirt cheap. Some were like $5. You could get like 3 for $10 and stuff. So we ended up doing that, and then I just decided to dig more into her Animal Crossing obsession, and then we ended up getting her a Switch Lite that I remember that we still have, and then we slapped a bunch of like Animal Crossing decals all over it, which is pretty sick looking. If I remember to later in post to take a photo of it, I'll put it on screen and everything like that. But then we kept going, and we remember, because the Animal Crossing Switch, like the official Animal Crossing Switch with like the really cool, which is with the really pretty dock. It had like the cool back on it. It had the cool colored Joy-Cons and everything. And I remember as soon as she saw that, she's like, I want that one. I want that one.
But I was,
and I'm like, yo, you have a Switch? Okay, I'll get it for you.
I mean, truth be told, let's be 100% real. I really fell in love with it. I was like, I really want it, but it's going to be sold out.
Yeah.
And I was so upset and bummed out when it was sold out.
We couldn't find it anywhere. I think we found it one day at a random like mom and pop shop. Mm-hmm. And it's like, this is because we looked everywhere, it was sold out everywhere, and we saw it, and there was at like this mom and pop shop and everything like that, just like, yeah, we have it new in the box and everything like that. And we were like, awesome, how much do you want for it? And they straight up told us $800. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry. It's
Say that again?
This clerk legit told us like $800 for the Animal Crossing Switch. And I'm like, does it come with anything? And he's like, nope, it's just the console, the tablet, the Joy-Cons, and the grips, and everything like that. No, it doesn't come with the game. It doesn't come with the case. It doesn't come with any
SD
amiibo
card.
or an SD card. It's just the console for $800. And I'm like, no, thank you.
they basically, and their reasoning was, oh, it's brand new and it's sold out and everywhere.
Yeah, because it's such a hot item right now and everything like that. Because this was like like the beginning of the pandemic and everything like that. And Animal Crossing had already come out. Everybody was all about Animal Crossing and everything like that. So it ended up being like, yo, shell out the money for the Animal Crossing Switch, or don't get it.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do is not get it.
Yeah, no, that's too much.
We just and it ate away at her, and I saw how sad it made her. This is like, oh god, I wanted that Switch so bad, and I'm just glad she wanted that one, because she originally wanted the Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee Switch, the one that came with the yellow and brown Joy-Cons, and then like the dock with Pikachu and Eevee on it. But originally that's the one she wanted, but as soon as she saw the Animal Crossing one, she just kind of skirted that one to the side and was like, this one's the one I want.
I want this one because it has my favorite colors on them, because growing up as a kid, I loved the color blue, and now my favorite color is green.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
and I won't lie to you, man, it's like, even me, like with the Switch I have already, it's probably one of my favorite looking systems, and the fact that we own it and everything like that now is really cool. And this is how we ended up getting it. We didn't wait for restocks and everything like that.
They did have a restock.
They did have restock.
Them at Walmart.
Yeah, we saw them at Walmarts and Targets and stuff like that. But it's like the day that we would go, we didn't have any cash to get it. So we're just like, okay, well, hopefully if we're lucky, we'll come back. And then we came back, gone. Everywhere was gone. And then just randomly one day, we were, of all places, on GameStop. I don't even remember what we were looking for on GameStop. I think we were looking for
like maybe like, I think we were looking for a Christmas present, because it was around Christmas time.
Yeah, it was around Christmas time.
Because that's what he surprised me with. It's my Christmas gift.
Yeah, so we were looking for just random Christmas gifts, and I had saw that they had it in stock, and like if you wanted it and you wanted it before Christmas, you had to buy it that day. So I made it look like I was hiding something from her, which she did not like, because she's like, why are you being so secretive? Who are you talking to? Tell me the truth. I'm gonna hurt you. And I'm like, I'm gonna slap you.
Let's be real. I do not slap him. We just say that jokefully.
If anybody needs to know where I'm hiding, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Back to the story.
But yeah, so I went ahead and
surprised me.
I secretly put some money to the side to just, if I ever got lucky to find it, and I did. I was able to order it. Sadly, it didn't get to us on Christmas, which I really, really was hoping for. It came, I think it was like 2 days after Christmas.
Yeah, just a few days after.
And I'm just like, crap, man. I gotta find a way to like give you a subtle hint that you're getting the Animal Crossing Switch for Christmas, but not fully blown tell you. So I just kind of like surprised her with a bunch of Animal Crossing gifts, and then 2 days later, I surprised her with it, and it's been by her bedside, handside, couch side, pretty much wherever she can take this freaking thing. It's like attached to her.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, I try not to cry that much, but I cried so bad when I got it, and they were happy tears.
Oh yeah.
I was so stoked. I looked at him and I was like,
it was one of the
you are the best thing to ever happen to me, which he is.
Yeah, it's one of the very few times where I'm just like, man, I did it. I felt awesome. High five, slow clap, high five, because we don't want to clip the audio.
While we're on the subject of the Animal Crossing, I want to give another shout out. We're calling you out. I want to give a shout out to 2 people that actually did keep in contact with us and trying to search for the Animal Crossing Switch for us, and that is going to be Jim and Jade. I want to give them a shout out because they have...
Follow them on their YouTube channel, which is known as Super Game Drive, and watch them on Twitch, which is also Super Game Drive. She's known them for a short amount of time. I've known them for, God, feels like...
eternity?
It's pretty much from the length of when Rare Replay came out up until now.
So thank you guys.
Yeah, to them, big thank you to them, because they helped, they were looking out for us and everything like that. But it's just, you got to surround yourself with good people.
With amazing people.
Good people who help you feel good, treat you right, and then push you in the right direction.
Exactly. Which is amazing. Talking about names, we eventually will come up with a name for our channel. We will.
Yeah. More than likely, because I know probably whoever's still listening at this point is probably going to realize that, hey, are you guys going to make a new channel? Or are you going to stick with the channel that I currently have and just rebrand it? We don't know yet.
We're leaning more towards rebranding.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll honestly see what happens. Because right now we're just testing the water. Seeing how this goes. Seeing how this sounds. See what people think about it. See what people want, people don't want. We're not going to listen to what they don't want because it's our channel and we can do whatever the heck we want. But
you can say.
But like I said, we got a lot of stuff coming, and I know I've told people this on Twitter and everything like that. Is like there's a comeback coming. There's stuff in the works and everything, and that wasn't just smoke I was blowing. This is actually truth. There is stuff in the works, there is stuff happening, and there will be stuff. But just like the rest of the world dealing with this thing, you got to be patient.
Yes.
And just when it gets here, hopefully you guys enjoy it, and hopefully you guys will like it. So.
We really hope so. Because trust me, I will do everything to keep him going, just as he keeps me going. I won't let him drag his foot on this. Mm-hmm. We're both in this together. That's one of the main reasons why I'm going to be here more often, because to try to give him more boost and motivation. So I do hope you guys enjoy me being around, as well as, having him back, me being here too. I really hope you guys enjoy that, and I hope you guys love what we're going to bring.
Yeah. And if you don't like it, too bad, because she's sticking around, because it's my choice. I'm just kidding. I'm not being mean to you guys, I swear. I'm just kidding.
I feel like he is. Don't listen to him.
All right. So
I'll be the nice one.
Yeah.
We have one more question.
One more question. And then we'll get close to wrapping this up.
This final question, I will be asking him it, but I'll also answer myself. So it's like an ending question that will both of us answer.
You got it.
So here's your hot potato.
Hot potato.
Catch it.
I'm going to try to put in post a little potato swinging across the screen.
Okay.
But anyway.
You have to turn to me and catch it, though.
I got it. All right.
So, final question.
Final answer.
Out of all the amiibos we currently own right now, which one, out of all of them, old, new, expensive, non-expensive, which one is your favorite one? Just one.
Ooh. Oh man, that's like asking me to pick my favorite kid, which wouldn't be easy because I don't have one.
I mean, I feel like if that came the case, you look at me, be like, "You're my favorite kid." I'm like, "I'm not a kid though. I'm your wife."
There you go. If I had to say which one was my favorite out of all the ones that we currently have, I'm kind of torn between, and I know some people don't like the way they look. But the Cat Mario and Cat Peach ones, I'm kind of really fond of those. But we also got like the big Detective Pikachu one.
Yes.
Which I really like because I like the fact that his hat isn't like a plastic. It's like a felt hat, and it's really nice. And also, for those wondering, if any of these amiibos that we have are open, no, I still don't do that. No, I still don't open them.
To let you know, I actually told him we will get them. But we're not opening them. Like, I'm straightforward. I don't want to open them. Thankfully, he doesn't. And even if he did, too bad. I have to say he's not.
Exactly. They look nicer when they're in the packaging. When you have them displayed, they look nicer in the They look nicer in packaging.
But between the Cat Mario and Cat Peach, though, only one.
I'd say probably Cat Peach because she's pink, and I like pink.
And now that you brought it up, you brought the Detective Pikachu up. That's actually my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
That one is actually, like, I felt like that one was so hard to find because we seen it at a mom and pop store one time.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, we were going to get it, but he didn't want to get back into collecting amiibos, so we passed it up. It was gone. We actually recently just got that one again. We happened to go into another mom and pop store. It's a different one. And we seen it there, and as soon as I seen it, my eyes just did the little heart emoji thing. Like, I got so happy. I, like, gave him the puppy dog eyes. I did everything. He's like, okay. So we got that one, and I'm just like, it's my favorite.
Yeah, that obnoxiously enormous Pikachu, Detective Pikachu amiibo. And it's just like, yeah, it was worth it.
Which, honestly, I know you have, like, the whole Pikachu phone charger thing, how you claimed it as the big Pikachu amiibo, but now we actually have.
Yeah, because we have an Echo Dot on one of our desks, and we have a Pikachu, like, it was a Pikachu phone charger, but it looks like just like a regular Pikachu, and we put it on top of it and it just looked like a big amiibo. But it's like, yeah, that's our big Pikachu amiibo, but it's like now we actually have the actual official big Pikachu amiibo.
Which is hanging right above my, that's right, Animal Crossing calendar.
There's so much Animal Crossing stuff.
He loves it.
I do.
He really does.
I just like it's one of my crowning achievements. Is like this is for anybody who's in a relationship. It's like there's no cooler feeling than being in a relationship and introducing something that they don't know about but you know about, and then you're just like, you gotta check this out. You gotta, like, try it. You might like it and everything like that. And then they get into it, and then they're all like, oh my god, I love this. This is so, and it becomes like an obsession to them. That's for me right now with her when it comes to Animal Crossing. It's just like, yo, I did something cool. I made her an Animal Crossing fan, which is not hard to do. It's like, truthfully, you play if anybody who's ever played Animal Crossing, you get hooked on it somehow. It's just how it is. But with that, we're getting close to having it. We got a couple more minutes to wrap things up, so.
Well, that wraps up the questions, though.
That wraps up the questions and whatever we want to call this right from here. It's like, I don't know if this is a podcast. I don't know if this is just a very, very long Let's Play video.
I feel like this should be podcast number 1. We don't have a name for it just yet. So, hey, how about this idea that I'm going to throw at you guys? First and foremost, if you do have any questions for us, just leave it down in the comments. I'll read them, because I don't know if he will, but I do read things. I don't just let it sit there. And most of the time, I will respond. If it's overflowing for me, though, I'll try to respond as much as I can.
Yeah. Honestly, if you want me to read anything, or if you want to ask anything for me specifically, you can write it in the comments, but I'll be truthfully, if you want to do it, just ask me on Twitter. That's honestly where I'm most active, is on Twitter. So
with me, it's Facebook.
Yeah, which we will. I think if we go any further than this, we'll make like a Facebook page and all that jazz and everything like that. So this is just like a template of what we have in the works right now.
If you have specific questions for me, just shout them out, like shout my name out, and I'll respond to you. What I was trying to say though is, for you guys, if you guys have any suggestions on what we should call our YouTube channel or what we should go by, go ahead and give us the suggestions. I mean, we'll probably figure out something on our own, or we can go off on the advice and suggestions you guys give us, but I'm more than willing to see what you guys think we should call this in the YouTube channel. Just let us know, please.
Okay. And last final thing that I'll say before we go ahead and end this episode is, I know a lot of people want to know if we're going to return to streaming, if we're going to come back to Twitch. And I'll be truthfully honest with you guys. Yes, we will. There's no other question besides that. We will come back to Twitch. It's just, with our current situation with like our internet and everything like that, it's a little difficult because we don't have the greatest internet. But don't worry about that. I'm still trying to figure out every possible way to make it happen so we can come back and stream and everything like that. Because I know not everybody comes to YouTube, not everybody watches YouTube and everything like that. I know more people kind of tend to go towards Twitch. And I'm not gonna lie, I miss streaming just as much as I miss making videos. And now that I have her with me doing it as well, it's really fun. I really enjoy it. And I know this is something that we're gonna come back and do, and it should be a lot of fun.
Definitely. So yes, like he was saying, the internet was the main source and the thing that kept us away.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't anyone's fault. He didn't drop you guys for me. He didn't drop anything for me. We had a lot going on. The internet is what caused us not to stream. He didn't drop anything for me.
But like, it's like, oh my god, you have your phone on during recording? You're so rude. I'm just kidding.
Oh my god, you told me to start it. That was just a stopwatch. That's it.
But yeah,
which he told me to start.
But really, like, there's more to this that I want to clear up. But for right now, I'll give you the short answer. Living situations happened, which made coming back to streaming and making videos complicated things, as well as once we had a place to do this stuff in, the internet that we had made it kind of difficult, and
things happened to that place.
It's just life happened the way it did, and that made it difficult. But
to come back,
there was never a point in any of this that I wanted people to think that I stopped doing this because I devoted all my time to being with her, or she like made it seem as like spend time with me, forget about everything else, because that's not what happened. I know some people may think that, and if that's what some people think, you know what? You're allowed to think whatever you want. You're allowed to feel whatever you want. That's fine. But I'd rather you guys hear it from the horse's mouth than from some other source and go by what's not the truth. But like I said, the truth from me is my drive to do this has never stopped. I've been wanting to do it. But like I said, situations happen, and my mental state and my personal well-being wasn't always at the best. So I don't want to give you guys something I feel like is subpar. I want to give you guys the best that I can give you. And I don't want to put something out that I'm not happy with. So that's why. And it's just, I don't want people to put any, because especially for her specifically, it's hard for someone that a lot of people like you guys aren't used to. Just like you're not used to seeing someone else. You're specifically used to seeing me. I know there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, and I know what it's like. So I don't want you guys to think that my being with her or my own personal preference kept me from doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to come back. I wanted to create. I miss it. I really want to do it. And we at this point have reached it to the point where it's like there's no more reason to keep stalling. We got to start making something. We got to start doing something. And this is the first step.
This is. I mean, truth be told, like you were saying with your mental, truth be told, let's be real, guys. Whenever anyone has mental issues going on, anyone has, negative thoughts going on, let's be real. We all get those motivation that it just kills.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you lose your motivation to do things. You lose your drive to do things. It's not because you're like, oh, well, F these people, or F that, F this. I don't want to do any of that. No, it's not any of that. It's just when you have mental issues going on, you stop doing things you're accustomed to. It's not because you want to. It's not by choice. It just happens. Because truth be told, I've been in that same state while I'm here with Ben. I've had my own situations that stopped my drive to do things on myself. Like, for instance, I was going to school. I was, going to get my degree and stuff. And truth be told, my mental state got the best of me. And I'm like, screw it. I'm not good enough anyways. Why do I even try? So I dropped that. But like I said, this is our first step to coming back. Like he was saying, everyone has their own opinions. Everyone has a state of mind. And I get that and I respect that. And if you guys want to think I was at fault, I get it. I respect you guys. But truth be told, just really think about this. If it was really my fault and we're still together, why would he be trying to come back? Why would he be trying to make a comeback if it was me? because we're still together.
Mm-hmm.
If it was my doing, he wouldn't be trying to do it at
Exactly.
all. But I just want to make that clear, and I just want to say I really hope that you guys are, having a good time, enjoying life. But if not, we both have been there. We understand what you're going through. If you need to contact one of us or talk to us about anything, feel free, because we'll be here for you.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I don't know you personally myself, I will be here for you. If you need a vent to me, anything.
Everybody needs someone to talk to.
Yes.
And sometimes you don't always have someone there. So take this first episode as something to listen to. Like, you have these two random people that you've never met, but you heard them talk for a good hour. And then you just went out of that being like, I can relate to some of the stuff they talked about. Or, I could see that. Or, hey, that one guy's voice is really annoying. Whatever. Whatever you want. It doesn't matter. The whole point is, this was the first step to many more new things coming. And we just hope you guys enjoyed it.
We do. And according to him, his voice is annoying. But I don't think so. I think both of our voices are good.
That's what the producer said.
Well, I did not say that. You said your voice was annoying and mine was soothing, apparently. Well, anyways, guys.
That's the first episode.
This is the first episode. We're going to wrap it up because I need to check on the food.
And I need to start editing this thing. So hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you enjoyed it.
We'll see you soon.
Take care.
And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You clip the audio.